WRF Copter 76, November 6th. At 16:15 hours, on scene, the mountain fire, Ventura County. Multiple structures lost, multiple structures still threatened.
Back right now to our fire coverage. Evacuations were expanded today in the area of Santa Paula. Those winds continue to fuel the fires out there and to blow those embers, igniting even more hotspots.
Firefighters, they're using every tool at their disposal, including some very large water dropping helicopters.
Very large area here, this orange area. This is the footprint of the fire right now. And these red areas here in Santa Paula and down here in the Camarillo area, these are all mandatory evacuations.
Right there on the right side of the screen is Santa Paula, so you can just get a sense of how far away it is from the main portion of the city of Santa Paula.
We felt some really powerful gusts of wind that were blowing north. That's not good news. Their big priority is protecting Santa Paula. That road you see just behind me, that is South Mountain Road. That is really the main thoroughfare from Santa Paula at the west all the way east to Fillmore, where we know there's new evacuation orders.
Is it recording? All right. Here we are, South Mountain Road. Right here, as you can see, it's no longer burnt. It's not burnt no more. It's a little bit green. It's a little bit burnt, but it's not as burnt as it was before, or not as much on fire as it was previously. We're right here by Fillmore, in between Fillmore and Santa Paula, California. The winds were picking up to gusts of almost 60 miles per hour at the time, causing a lot of construction loss due to the fire over there on the other side in Camarillo.
The mountain fire destroying more than 190 structures in the last 6 days, including this home behind me on Valley Vista Drive.
As you can see to the left of me, there is some dry shrub and some burnt trees caused by the mountain fire. Some leftover debris that has yet to be reborn because of the recency of the event. But surrounded by it is a lot of greenery, which could be surprising, but it is not, because after a fire, the ash that goes into the soil makes the soil very rich, and it's looking a lot more beautiful than it was before. A lot less red, a lot less bright, a lot less scary, a lot less cement. It smells like nature. It smells pretty good now. It's a beautiful scenery. Back to you.
It's Christina Gonzalez, who is live in the neighborhood.
Yeah, on the Santa Paula side, the Somis side, they have really stopped that forward progress of the fire, but not without quite the firefight, especially along those orchards on this side.
We've been trying to save as many avocado trees as possible.
At the orchards off South Mountain Road, where the most active end of the mountain fire is burning towards Santa Paula and Fillmore.
Oh, never mind. He doesn't need fertilized eggs anymore. Oh my god. And the mama just being, hey, what the fuck you doing?
Hi, my name is Mariana. I've been here for about 10 years, and my parents came here in the 90s at almost 18 years old. When we first moved onto the ranch, the avocados were freshly planted by my uncle. I was actually at work at the time when it started, and I found out through a coworker that there was a fire. No, they're like, oh, don't you live around this area? Like, shouldn't you go home? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll go home. We started gathering our important documents and packing clothes to leave. Yeah. Well, the plan was to start loading them up in kennels, but we realized that we didn't really have to after like a day of the fire happening, because it ended up moving west. I mean, I think it was less anxiety spike of seeing the fire now than I did 5 years ago, because I realized like, oh, it didn't really do much to us like the first time. So the second time, it wasn't really a big deal, I guess. Yeah, it was just another fire. Yeah, yeah. most stressful moment of the wildfire was when we unfortunately lost our cat for a couple of days. He had gotten out and ran off out of fear because of all the noise that was going around. And it was very stressful because we've had him since we were like 8 years old. He eventually came back because we put out one of his blankets, but we just prayed that he came back, not really like just expecting that he wasn't going to come back because of how old he was. Yeah. I mean, I guess just let them know like beforehand to keep like maintenance with their trees and all that. Yeah. Because a lot of them don't really do maintenance on their orchards, and as you can see, there's a lot of dry leaves. Yeah, and that's also like what catches on fire mostly. Yeah. They really didn't, because the reason my father said that when the wind is really heavy and the roots of the trees get really wet, they sometimes tend to fall over. So that would have been more of a problem for them if that were to happen. Yeah.
Over there, dog.
Hello, my name's Anthony. I'm one of Jerry's friends, and I study/do part-time work. What I witnessed that night, because I've lived here my whole life, I got crazy up close around here because there was a massive fire going on, and it was nearing up to my house, so I came closer because I was curious. And right over there on that mountain, that's where I got most of my footage. The fire was going crazy. The wind was also like insanely crazy. At some point we witnessed some of the embers fly towards that way and start up more fires. That same night there was helicopters all over the sky flashing down on us, trying to see if they could find maybe any people, or trying to see where the fire could be at. Other than that, very sad for the people, very sad for us and Mother Nature. But as you can see, Mother Nature doesn't give up, and we start to see some green over there.
And as we bring you back out live right now, you can see the SP on the mountainside. Just a couple hours ago, you could not see those two letters at all. Visibility has definitely improved here. And Colleen, you were asking about the wind. If you look at those trees, the leaves are barely moving. The wind conditions have slowed too. So a couple signs of good news.
My name is Andrew Myers. I've been here for my entire life, and my mom has been here for about 40 years. I was at work, so what I took was I immediately just left work. I told my boss that I gotta leave, and I did not wait for a response. My family was already packing up, and we were already soaking things down with water, so it would hopefully slow down the fire if it does reach over here. I would say it got just across the street, and how it affected us, it made it so that we couldn't get home safely for a couple days. We were evacuated, I would say, for almost 3 or 4 days. They cut off the bridge that leads to our fields so that no one's interfering with their work. We used to have chickens and some goats, but now we are only doing some cats and dogs. We did have a bit more chickens, and we're going to be buying more, but it's just 2 dogs and 3 cats for right now.
What happened to the chickens?
They died to a disease.
Ooh.
Yeah. One of them got it from a spider, and then it kind of just spread.
Oh, damn.
After that. All the ranchers, we all try and take care of ourselves. We do try and help each other out, but we're all pretty far from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So to get from one person to another, when you only have such a short amount of time to get your things out of there, like I've said, the bridge does close down after a while.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone has to fend for themselves for a little bit of time. And then after a while, the fire department does come through. They do soak everything down. They try and get all the plants off the floor, all the burnt leaves or dried leaves, which do spark up a fire more. And they do their best. Everyone just tries their best. That's all I can say.
Helicopters are doing good work. A lot of ground crews deployed. Evacuations have occurred and are still occurring. Winds have died down significantly. Mobile retardant base is set up and will be utilized tonight with the QRF forces. End of video.